Hello friends, in the series on income tax cases, today we will discuss a very important case, and the issue in the present case before Pune ITAT SMC bench was that if some amendment is done with retrospective effect and if it is even in the clarificatory nature and the assessee has claimed some expense on the basis of contrary judgments available, so whether in that case the penalty should be levied on the assessee for misrepresenting some facts and consequently underreporting his income. This issue has been decided by Pune ITAT SMC bench in the case of Capgemini Technology Services India Limited versus Assessment Unit, and this case is reported in 136 ITR Tribunal at page number 543, and the date of the judgment is 19th January 2026. The present case relates to the assessment year 2021. The facts of the case are very interesting. In the present case, the assessee claimed health and education cess as an allowable expenditure on the basis of a High Court judgment in the case of CISA Goa Limited versus Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, in which the court has said that health and education cess is an allowable expenditure because it is not included in section 40A clause II. A lot of assessees were even revising their returns to claim this expenditure. The assessees were claiming in their original return also. There was a loss to the revenue, and the government came with an amendment through the Finance Act 2022, and explanation 3 to section 40A clause II was inserted, and it was made clarified that the tax was defined to include and always to be included the surcharge and the education cess. When this amendment was brought, the assessee suo motu take back the claim which the assessee has made, has revised the computation, and has added that education cess into his income and asked the assessing officer not to levy penalty on that ground. At that time, the requisite form in section 155 subsection 18 was not available, but the assessee filed this form later on. But the assessing officer said that the assessee has misinterpreted and thereby underreported his income, and the assessing officer levied the penalty under section 270A. The assessee filed the appeal before the learned CIT appeal, and the CIT appeal as it is upheld the view of the assessing officer even without going into the merit of the submissions of the assessee. The assessee filed the appeal before the tribunal, and when the tribunal heard the matter, the tribunal was of the prima facie view that in the present case, when the assessee claimed the education cess as an expense, at that time it was based on the contrary judgments which were available. So there was no malified intention on the part of the assessee in claiming health and education cess as an expenditure under section 37 subsection 1. The tribunal said that no erroneous act on the part of the assessee can be said, because in the present case the assessee has claimed the expenditure on the basis of the judgment of the High Court in the case of CISA Goa Limited versus Joint Commissioner of Income Tax. The tribunal said that insertion was with the sole objective of making it free from any misinterpretation. So it cannot be said that the assessee has not claimed the expense in a bona fide manner. So the tribunal deleted the penalty which has been levied by the learned assessing officer and which has been confirmed by the CIT appeal. Friends, it is very painful for the assessee that when the law is amended with the retrospective effect, and when the assessee is claiming some expense, at that time the assessee do not know that the law will be changed retrospectively. So when the assessee suo motu comes after the amendment and revises its return, so at least in those cases the revenue should be very fair enough, or do not use colorable device of legislation to unnecessarily impose the penalty on the assessee. In the present case, the tribunal deleted the penalty in the present case. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Capgemini Technology Services India Limited versus Assessment Unit, and this case is reported in 136 ITR Tribunal at page number 543, and date of the judgment is 19th January 2026. Thank you, friends.